Hey guys, Super Farmer Bros checking in right now. So the league roster is out, so I'm not even going to talk about that. You don't know what I'm talking about? Go look it up. I'm not going to tell you who it is. All right? But what remains to be seen are the characters that are going to be DLC. We don't know who it is. Now, supposedly there's 2 DLC packs going to come out. There's going to be 6 characters in each. Who's going to be on it? We don't know. We've got some pretty good guesses. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out who I obviously think is going to be the top. So let's say the first 6, okay? If it is indeed 6 DLC characters. Let's go ahead and just throw away 2 of them because we know they love the bonus characters, all right? I mean, there was 4 in Mortal Kombat X. Injustice 2, how many guest characters was there? 2 Mortal Kombat characters and like 3 characters from other games. You had Hellboy and Ninja Turtles and I think something else. So let's just go ahead and throw 4 of the 12 away. Let's just say there's 8 characters coming in DLC. Okay, now let's divide it by half for the first pack. Here's what I think is going to be in there. So my number 1 choice, who has to be in here because I didn't see him on the roster, Smoke has to be in it. If I almost don't even think he's going to be DLC. He's got to be in the main roster. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you introduce him as a Nimrod? Why would he just say that for nothing to happen? He's not in the game, he's not playable, he doesn't do anything in the story besides that, except throw a couple of punches and kicks in the background. Why would you just introduce himself as a Nimrod? You have that ending from Mortal Kombat 9 that kind of sets him up for something, and it just makes too much sense to be in the game. He can't be DLC again because he was kind of smoky, he was kind of part of Triboard. And then if he's going through different timelines, that means he could be Revenant Smoke, which almost looks like a Noob Saibot. He could be a Nimrod. Let's call him a Nimrod for one version. Then you got the other timeline, where he's just human Smoke. He could be the masked Smoke, he could have hair going out, we could unmask him, we could finally see him as like one of the few ninjas we haven't seen unmasked yet. Then you got cybernetic Smoke of the old timeline. So you got 3 cool timelines to work with, all these kind of different ways to customize him. He should already be in the game, he missed out on the last one. He hasn't been doing anything. He makes sense for the story, he makes sense just to play. People have been waiting to play Human Smoke. It just makes too much sense. That's why I'm saying he should just be part of the roster, alright? I don't even use Smoke and I'm saying this, alright? And I don't even use this next character and I'm saying this. They gotta have Rain. Number 2, Smoke and Rain, okay? Where there's Rain, there's Smoke. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, you gotta have him in there. Another character you can customize we've never seen, Rain unmasked. Those are like the only 2. Like Noob Saibot's kind of been unmasked at one point in part 4. So, you gotta have Rain. Story-wise, he makes sense. Gameplay, he makes sense. We had to wait for him for the last game. We were teased last time. It just makes too much sense. Being teased again. Number 3, Fujin. They teased us with how do you unlock Fujin in Cassie's fatality? He made sense in the story to be in there. Now with Raiden going crazy, we need somebody to fill in the role. How is Fujin not part of the main roster? I don't know, but he's got to be DLC. Again, I don't use any of these 3 characters, but they got to be in there. It's like, I want them to be around. Like, I don't have to use every character to want them to be in the game. I want those 3 to be in there. I'll even play them. Netherrealm, I'm going to make you a deal. You put those 3 characters in the game, I'll use them. Number 4, alright? This character I would use. This character would represent the 3D era. They're not putting enough 3D era characters in the game. He makes a lot of sense story-wise to be in there. He's one of the fan favorites. Like, they try to crap all over the 3D era, but 3D era was actually pretty good. And this is one of the best characters. You probably know who I'm talking about. He was in Noob Saibot's ending, so he makes sense with Noob Saibot coming back. Havoc makes a lot of sense. You know, we're talking about Earthrealm versus Outworld. You got Edenia in there. We got alternate timelines. Chaos Realm comes in there. There's chaos already going around. Havoc's making things worse. I heard the Mortal Kombat X storyline is not canonical anymore. Doesn't even matter if he died in Netherrealm. Everybody can come back. It doesn't make any sense. Netherrealm stuff. You come back as a Revenant. Alternate timelines. I don't want to hear anybody's dead. They can't come back. It's DLC. Triboard wasn't even canonical. So Havoc makes sense. He's so crazy. You finally get somebody from the 3D realm, unless you count part 4 as 3D realm, and he can do so many different things. He's got so many options. You gotta get Havoc in there. Now, that's the first 4-pack. Those are the most obvious ones to me. Did I leave somebody out? Did you want it in there? That's okay. We got the second DLC pack. Okay, second DLC pack. Obviously, Sindel. She was teased last time. She had a big thing in part 9. She was in the story in X. Imagine the conversations going between Sindel and Shao Kahn and Katana when you're playing Mortal Kombat 11 with the intros. She makes a lot of sense. Got a lot of fans. All right. Somebody else who was a Revenant has to come back. Nightwolf makes a lot of sense. Getting some diversity in there with some Native Americanas in there. So he's a fun character. You can do all kinds of stuff like cool with how he's a Revenant. Hell, if you want to do that werewolf thing from one of his endings, go with that. I don't know. There's all different alternate timelines. You can do a lot with Nightwolf and make him a little bit cooler. So that makes sense. All right, we only got 2 characters left. Are your 2 characters going to make it? I don't know. So, of the last 2 characters, I'm guessing one of them could be Serena. Again, she was in Mortal Kombat X in the storyline. She can make a lot of sense. You could do something like, who is it, like Jataka and some other girl, where like, they were like Quan Chi's like 3 like assassin girls. So it could be like Triborg, where you pick an alternate different one of them to fight with. So that'd be pretty interesting. Plus, it, you know, she could like have conversations with new. It makes sense with new Cybid coming back and Sub-Zero. She's in the middle of that. I mean, the only person missing from all that is Quan Chi. Then you got Shinnok. She still has, you know, talks with him and all that. So I think it would make sense for Serena to be in there. I mean, why would she be in Part X not to do anything with her later on? One more character left, and this is a character I would actually use. I really like him. He's kind of 50-50. Some people like him, some people don't. But if you didn't like him already, you gotta like him after reading the Mortal Kombat X comic. Raiko. All right. I love the whole story of like a kind of a usurper kind of character who just wants power so bad. If you watch wrestling, he's got kind of that Triple H feel. If you watch this Transformers animated movie, he's got kind of that StarCraft kind of thing. Somebody who's just like the right hand who just wants to take the power. Raiko's got that. He just, his role diminishes a little bit if Shao Kahn's in it, because he's like the Shao Kahn wannabe, and Shao Kahn's already in it. So I understand if they don't put him in, they make him wait till part 12. But as long as he finally gets in there. But Raiko would be a really good option. I think you could do a lot with that character, and especially with them making characters so much better in this whole revamp. I think they could really do a lot with him. So those are the 8 I'm thinking, but just because what I guess doesn't mean it's going to be true. So those are the 8 I'm saying, but these are the other ones I think have a high chance. Reptile, obviously, you can do a lot with him. Make him gone for a little bit, so then when he comes back, he makes an impact and you do him right. You know, don't make him look like a jobber. Ermac, he's been in so many games consecutively. I guess they thought we needed an Ermac break, but he's got so many fans. Ermac would make sense to bring back. Li Mei in the Mortal Kombat X story, one of the most popular 3D era characters. They could bring her back. That makes sense. Takeda, I don't like him, but of the combat kids, probably the best one of them. So if they want to bring him back, I guess that would make sense. Kenshi, obviously that would make sense, but Kenshi is not happening. He was already DLC in Part 9, so why did I even say him? Kenshi, no chance. All right, then who else we got? Dagon. You would have some Mortal Kombat Armageddon representation. He's more interesting than Taven because, you know, he's missing an eye and he's evil and he leads the Red Dragon. So he's kind of got some obvious stuff going for him. And those are all the 13 I think are the most obvious for DLC characters. But I've divided them in Tier 4. Tier 1's got the most chance. Tier 2's got some pretty good chance. Tier 3's maybe a chance. And Tier 4, no chance in hell. That was your Tier 1s. Tier 2, I would say Striker. He's a Revenant, hasn't come back, but his role diminishes as everybody takes his moves. Like Al, everybody's using a gun. Cassie's using a gun. I think Johnny had a pistol on his character. You know, Jax is using an Uzi. Raiden's got the electricity. If Rain comes back, that's more electricity. So the taser doesn't make any sense. Cassie's got the, you know, the clubs. So it doesn't really make sense for a Striker to come back unless they give him a John Cena face for hype or something. I don't know. Shiva would be awesome. I would use her. Be a cool character, but she's just not as requested as a lot of the other characters. Taven, like I said, not as interesting as Dagon, but he could come back. Ashra, really cool. A lot of potential, but doesn't have as much people wanting her as possible. But hey, who the hell said they wanted Bo Raicho and Tanya in the last one? And they were the 2 that got picked? So who knows? All right, Kai, again, just like I said, they got a lot of potential with Kai to represent him, bring him back, have like a black monk character if he is black. I don't know. You can't tell the races in some of these characters. And then Chameleon with a K, all right? Getting more of the females in there. We don't have Reptile. Could we have another type of Reptile ninja in the game? Chameleon would make sense. All right, that's your Tier 2s. Tier 3, we got Natara. Got some cult fan favorites behind her, but not as much as the other ones. They'd have to really redesign her, I think, to make her appealing. And Chameleon with a C. Not as popular as Chameleon with a K, I don't think. And, you know, Drummond and Moloch, I think you could bring them back and make them better. Because, I mean, Drummond actually has a cool backstory, and Moloch, you know, he looks pretty cool, so they did something with him. You know, if the Quan Chi's intro was just a random Oni and not Moloch, I mean, I don't know. Those are, I'm just saying they're tier 3. I mean, I'm saying they have some chance, not a lot of chance. And then, you know, they brought in Scarlet from Mortal Kombat 9. She was an old rumored character, just like Ermac. And then they brought in Tremor in the Mortal Kombat X. Could they bring in more kind of outsider rumored characters into Mortal Kombat 11? Seems that they've done that. It's like a reoccurring theme every game. So they could bring in, you know, Hornbuckle, who was a rumored character from a long time. It was like a green version of Liu Kang. They could bring back Nimbus. They could bring back, I mean, bring it for the first time. Belloc, Aqua, all these rumored characters from a long time ago. They could bring in characters from the story that haven't been in the game yet, like more of the Black Dragon, like they did with Tremor. They could bring in Tasia. They could bring in No Face. So those are some crazy, you know, out of left field, out of the box characters they could bring in, because they've been doing that. And then tier 4 is just everybody I haven't named. All right, if they've already been DLC, like all the Triborgs, Bo Raicho, Tremor, Goro, Tanya, all that. Kintaro, Motaro, I don't think so. Onaga, no. Blaze, no. Then unpopular characters like Jarek, Dairo, Darius, you know. Hotaru is pretty cool, but, I mean, he's the coolest of all these I got in here, the 3D errors that aren't going to make it, but still not enough. I like him, but, yeah. Especially they bring in Fujin, they look too similar. So, those are the characters I'm thinking are going to make it DLC. Once again, the 8 characters I think are going to be in there. Smoke, Rain, Fujin, Havoc, Raiko, Sindel, Serena, Nightwolf. Alright? So, go back and review. I'm not going to repeat it all over again, but you've got my opinion of who I think is going to be in there, and you got my reasoning behind it, and we're going to see what happens when they finally release it in like a month, or the way things have been getting leaked. I might just find out tonight. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Super Farmer Brothers Super Show. I'll see you guys next time.